Good morning, guys. Today I'm very excited, but I'm also a little bit nervous. Today's the day that we find out whether or not I'm gonna get my license back this week. So the pressure is on. I need to pass the test, get a 35 score and above, and then I'll get it on Wednesday and I'll be able to go drifting. It's all coming back finally. I'm a normal person in society again with a driver's license, hopefully this week. I don't even know if that makes sense, but 7 a.m. we gotta get there ASAP. It's a full day again, so let's get to it. Oh yeah, you know what time it is? Hey mate, you excited? Why?
I have to translate.
Oh, that's true, you gotta translate today, but I'm excited. Oh yeah, here it goes. That's the magic time. Halfway through my coffee and finally starting to wake up. We've got about a 10-minute walk till we get to the license place, and then it's cameras away until lunchtime, I think, is our first break. And then I'll give you guys updates, but I'm pretty pumped, but also really nervous. When's the test? Like right at the end of the day? Oh man. And I got to get a 35 or like above to be able to get my license back on Wednesday.
Just read carefully.
Read carefully. It's all common sense stuff, so we should be fine. All right, so it's lunchtime. Hey, that's mine. That's mine. So in Japan, they give you these little shots of like lemon for like iced tea and things like that. And I'm struggling to stay awake. So, do you want to film this? I figured I might as well try shotting this, like a little shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
I think it'll wake me up, right?
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that's actually really good. I want to like steal the whole bag of these now.
Okay, stop.
That's really good.
Stop.
Why?
You're embarrassing me.
So time warping ahead, it is 4 p.m., 4:30, and we are heading to Yokohama to kind of do, I guess, a bit of a date day now. But I have some amazing news and kind of some bad news. First of all, let's start with the amazing news, I guess. I got 100% on the exam. I passed it with flying colors, got the full 45 days off.
I'm gonna sell that paper.
May's gonna sell her translations to other foreigners here in Japan and make some money off it. Why not, right? That's a smart idea. I love how like when I try to hold this up, I'm cutting off the top of my head and barely getting your face in there.
That's our wedding picture.
This is pretty much our wedding photo, yeah. Anyways, bad news time. I can't drive on the 31st. I get the end of my suspension is the 31st. So from the 1st, I can drive. Still doesn't matter, we're still going to the drift event, we're still going to hang out with Oka-chan. He might let me drive his car for a few laps. That's not abnormal. That's the word, abnormal.
That's a really bad word in Japan.
It is?
Yeah.
It's not normal? Oh yeah, because
abnormal means like weird sexual, like, anyways.
we just went to Don Quixote, so that's why she's like that.
Hey!
Anyways, we're gonna go hang out in Yokohama now, which is where like all the Nissan factory global headquarters stuff is. So we end up popping in there again. I'll show you guys. But yeah, so license back in 2 days. I'll be driving on Thursday. We'll go to the police station, get my license back. But Wednesday, we're still going to the drift event. I gotta wake up at like 4 a.m. to meet Oka-chan at his train station, and then we're gonna go on the truck together. It's gonna be fun. Regardless, drift event. Yeah, so me and May folded and we decided to go to our favorite Mexican restaurant. Check out this view, y'all. There's even a helipad there. This is pretty cool.
What are you having?
Burritos, I guess, is what I'm making.
So there's actually, if you guys live in California, maybe like you've heard of this place called El Torito. We have them here in Japan. And this is our favorite place to come.
Are you vlogging me?
Yeah, because you're in another world and you forgot about your people.
I'm so in another world right now. I'm such a foodie. Sorry guys, not sorry.
Cheese, melted cheese with jalapeno inside.
Get into my belly. And this is all that's left. How full are you on a scale of 1 to 10?
50.
50? Oh, that's pretty full then. I concur. I'm about a 50 out of 1 to 10 full. We ate a lot. How many tortillas did we eat each? Like burritos? 6 each. We ate 6 each. I'm full.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good food.
What do you guys think of the facial hair? Keep rocking it? Starting to even grow out the sides here, little patches showing everywhere. What do you think, babe? Asians don't like facial hair. Okay, so obviously back home. Now, unfortunately for the rest of the day, there wasn't really much more to film. Like, the whole entire day was taken up by the class. But what I wanted to do was actually show you some of the cool things that we did today and some of the things that are very different here compared to how things are in Australia. So one thing that I really liked is they made me took this test on the first day and I got the results back today. And it's like a personality test. And what it does is it actually tells you like the type of person that you are and what kind of situations you're likely to get like frustrated in and all this type of stuff, and how to counteract that to make sure like, you know, you never accidentally go through a red light, or, you know, you never get angry and try to overtake someone at the wrong interval of time and then cause another accident and stuff like that. It's very interesting how here in Japan that they focus so much on the driver. Because, I mean, let's face it, if you took the drivers out of the equation, there would be a lot less accidents. In fact, what was very, very interesting was that the road toll for the city that I live in, which has more people in it than the whole of Australia, just the city I live in has more people living in it than the entirety of Australia, the death toll on the roads was much less. So this is kind of like, I need to make sure I don't show like any personal information. I'll just cover this part, we'll be fine. So this is like the personality test results, and see how it goes all over the place, and that like gives me an overall score. So the overall score landed me smack bam in the middle. But what was very, very interesting was one of the scores that I got, 5 being the highest, was for aggressive driving, like being quick and aggressive, which was pretty funny, I thought. But yeah, like it's very interesting, because if you get like an overall score of 2 or 1 or on the other scale, then what they do is they coach you and they say, hey, you know, you're going to encounter these situations a lot and get frustrated, or you're going to be very emotional and react in certain ways, which is going to cause you to zone out and sometimes miss a red light or go through a stop sign and stuff like that. So it was very, very interesting how here in Japan they focus a lot on the driver and educating them to understand themselves and how they react to certain situations and things like that on the road. So I thought that was very, very cool. And what I thought, like, what was epic about this was not only can you use this in, like, you know, other countries and things like that. Like in Australia, we do not have this at all. It's just, do you know the road rules? Yes. Here you go. You can drive. If you could use this in like Australia and stuff, I think that would be much better and people would be a little bit better educated. I've always said in Australia that the way they educate drivers is so wrong, and that they should also be forced to go to like a defensive driving class and learn how to control a car when it's out of control, sliding and stuff like that in wet conditions. This was pretty frustrating. They had a different machine today called the CRT, which is like a reaction tester. And it was super awkward. The reaction tester like had these random buttons here that you had to hold down and then release and let go instead of just pushing them. So that was a bit weird. And the seat that they put me in was meant for small people, so it was super awkward for a big, tall, lanky guy like me to sit in. But overall, I actually did pretty bad. It said that my reaction time was really bad, but the other test counteracted that. So I think it was just the fact that I was really uncomfortable and still half asleep when I did it, because it was like the first thing we did in the morning and it was like 7 o'clock. The test itself was really, really easy. And when I say really, really easy, like if you have common sense, like you could pass that probably without even going to like the classes. Just because it's like, you know, basic road rule stuff, like, you know, and like you'd have to be really stupid to answer the questions there like wrong. All the questions were things like, I think I said this before, but like, you know, if you had a little bit of alcohol at the start of the day but you feel totally fine, like, is it okay for you to drive? No, because in Japan there's a zero tolerance law, so no, you wouldn't even try to jump in the car for the chance of that. And then I'm trying to find like our notes, sorry. And then the other thing was like heaps and heaps of questions, like if there's a car that randomly stops in front of you, what are you going to do? Honk your horn and then quickly overtake them, like, you know, on the wrong side of the road? No, you know, like you would say, no, I'm going to do B and C, which is, you know, give ample enough room behind the person. Also checking on the left and making sure no one's trying to pass, like all this stuff, like just super common sense stuff if you got your driver's license. So yeah, there was a few trick questions in there. that were just really obvious to me, I guess because I paid a lot. Like, I was freaking out this full 2 days. Like, I was like, man, I do not want to, like, you know, get a low score. I want to get my license back ASAP. So I was just like, bang, every single minute of the classes. So yeah, worked out pretty well in the end, I think. So we got 100%, like, actually, like, full Kampeki perfect score, like, didn't lose any points on anything, which is amazing. Yeah, getting my license back Thursday. I can drive. I think I can get it back on Wednesday, but I'm going to be at the drift event, so I'll have to go do it like Thursday morning. So fun times. So guys, I really am sorry that this video wasn't like super entertaining. But I think a lot of you guys are going to find it really interesting, like behind the scenes, what happens here in Japan, these classes and how it works. And just, yeah, like, I don't know, I think when I compare everything here in Japan to how Australia does it, it's clear that Japan's actually really switched on with this and is more about educating the driver so that they understand their limitations and take into account their personalities and how they react and get emotional and how to control that. Like, they literally give you advice and tips and stuff depending on your personality, like how to deal with those situations so that you don't miss things. It's really good. And like the booklet they give you, I mean, this is completely in Japanese, but it's really good. And it also has all the road signs in the back and what they do, which is really important. They need to provide an English version of this for people that change their licenses. So yeah. Anyways, with that, guys, like I said, sorry this video wasn't super entertaining. Hope you still enjoyed it. I am way too excited for getting my license back. Content is about to just like step up even more here in Japan. I'm thinking about maybe even just driving to like Hakone or something on Thursday when I get my license. I don't know, we'll see. But thanks heaps for watching, guys. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tell me in the comment section if you've ever lost your license, if you know this feeling, and what are your thoughts on how Japan seems to focus more on the driver themselves and educating them than anything else. I think that's kind of cool. All right, guys, peace out. Ja mata ne.